Hey everyone, are you ready for a new story? This is a story about an epic battle between good and evil. Once upon a time, there was a kingdom in a distant land. The kingdom was prosperous and had experienced decades of peaceful coexistence. And in one of the many provinces of the kingdom, there was a humble king named Nomadicus Trecus, who was known for minding his own business. Nomadicus Trecus was a very laid-back king. He promoted peace, liked to read philosophy, and was an avid outdoorsman who liked camping and hiking. Trecus was always accompanied by his trusted Tanzanian tour guide, who was himself quite famous in the kingdom. The Tanzanian was a military man who had successfully taken a troop of elephants over the Swiss Alps and sacked the heavily fortified ancient city and ski resort of Gstaad. In that epic sacking, the Tanzanian acquired a huge treasure of cheese fondue and chocolate. Nomadicus Trecus could always be seen dancing at the annual pagan Festivus event, where all the people of the kingdom came together to eat, sing, and dance around a burning effigy of a large wooden man who represented the unity of the kingdom and to pay homage to all of the ancestors who had come before them. But then suddenly, rumblings began to emerge in this peaceful realm. Rumblings of a warlord quickly moving across the kingdom, seizing land and riches. It was said that he had an army of more than 86,000 loyal foot soldiers. The warlord was determined to rule the kingdom for himself and bring it to its knees in his quest to seize power and satisfy his endless lust for glory, gold, and power. The warlord was ruthless and willing to say and do anything to achieve his goals. He was an infamous liar, vain and boastful. He constantly boasted of his military knowledge and experience. He was once quoted saying, "Guys, I've been doing this for like 40 years or something, okay? This is not my first medieval rodeo, okay? Gosh, a bit of respect. What does a guy have to do around here to get some respect? I mean, does my 40 years not even count? 40 years, people, okay? You learn a lot of stuff in 40 years. It wasn't 19 years or even 32. It was 40, 40, okay? You're really going to have to trust me on this stuff, guys, okay? And I'd just like to thank you and the mods for all that you do, and thanks for the super chats. We at the McDonish clan really appreciate you and are happy that you have joined the McDonish clan." This warlord was a medieval knight named Phish McDonish, also known as the shoopercop. He lived in a castle high atop Mount Utubicus, where everything was made of tacky gold leaf, even his medieval toilet, which still had one of those ropes, the ropes that used to hang from the ceiling, and you had to reach up and pull the rope and to get it to flush, and it made this loud noise and water splattered all over the place. So anyway, Phish McDonish liked to sing religious minstrel songs on horseback and boasted of having played the sitar since 1072. His music can still be purchased to this day on Spotify. McDonish also enjoyed driving through the countryside in a medieval RV made out of wood, fashioned after the ancient Greek Trojan horse used to enter the city of Troy. It was even rumored that he had a secret long-lost technology and an ancient form of internet access. He came from an ancient bloodline. It could be traced back to the Carpathians and the infamous grief vampires of the East, who surrendered their souls to the demon Beelzebub for gold and glory. They were said to feed off of the misery of others. But Phish McDonish had reportedly repented and found Gosh, the mythical two-headed creator of the kingdom. He regularly admitted that he was a shinner. His battle cry was known throughout the land. It's all about Shummer. We fight for Shummer, referring to the tragic story of a missing young girl. Phish McDonish was convinced that her father, John Welsh, was somehow responsible and was being protected by the shaman. He was not alone to have suspicions about John Welsh, who had a sketchy past, but no one was ever able to find any evidence that he was involved in Shummer's disappearance. The shaman was the leader of the dreaded QAnon cult. They were baby cannibals who drank their blood and believed it had magical powers and could give them everlasting life. They were rumored to hang out in an ancient pizza joint called Meteor Ping Pong. The shaman wore elk antlers, painted his face, and carried the staff of the Dingleberries. No one really knows how the shaman came to power, or why anyone even took him seriously, as, quite frankly, he looked utterly ridiculous, and he wasn't very bright. As Phish McDonish and his warrior clan moved across the kingdom, acquiring land and power, he knew that one day he eventually would have to confront Nomadicus Trecus. If Phish were to seize the entire empire, he would have to vanquish once and for all King Nomadicus Trecus. But before that eventual epic battle, he would need to capture his enemies and make alliances if he were to succeed. So he set his sights on capturing the evil villain Benji, who commanded a force of deadly blood monkey fleas. After weeks of fighting the ferocious fleas, he was eventually able to conquer Benji and forced him to surrender. He spared Benji on the condition that he join forces with the McDonish clan and help him achieve his quest to take the kingdom. And now he turned his attention toward the shaman. In a series of bloody conflicts that lasted months, McDonish was finally able to overcome the QAnon cult, but he had taken serious losses. On the final day of battle, the QAnon shaman recognized that he had been defeated. He threw himself to his knees before the great Phish McDonish and pleaded for his life. Okay, I give up, Phish McDonish. How could I possibly have thought that I could compete against you, your moral righteousness, your lovely minstrel voice, and your long and noble 40-year career? I myself have but a mere 27 years, and 27 is a lot less than 40. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but I think it's like a gazillion or something. You win. Phish, seeing the defeated shaman on his knees and broken before him, suddenly had a feeling of magnanimity. I have decided to let you live, shaman. Okay? But you must make this promise. Okay? You will join my quest and fight for me. You will swear fealty to me and me alone. You will sign up on my Patreon account and make regular donations to the Phish McDonish clan, and I shall let you live. Join my clan, the Blood Monkey Fleas, and your QAnon cult will be accepted among us. The shaman sighed, and noticeably beaten, looked up and said, Yes, my Lord McDonish, I agree to your terms. I am at your service and pledge my cult to you. McDonish replied only with, Oh gosh, that's swell. I really want to thank you for supporting us and joining the McDonish clan. We couldn't do any of this without you, and thanks for the super chats. The alliance had been secured, and together they marched toward Nomadicus Trecus. It was now inevitable. The battle between good and evil was soon to begin. They set up camp in the outskirts outside of the province of Nomadicus. Phish McDonish sent out scouts to gather intelligence, and then they began constructing the final battle plans. His quest was near completion. Victory would be his. Phish McDonish finally issued the final order and sent his hordes of rabid followers to sack the fortified cities of Nomadicus Trecus. But raid after raid after raid failed. All of the McDonish attacks were thwarted and repelled. After witnessing this silly waste of time from the safety of his well-guarded and fortified sanctuary, Nomadic Trecus finally felt sorry for Phish McDonish and sent a guard to give a message to him. The message read, "Hey, McDonish, dude, what's your problem? I've got no beef with you. I don't even know you. You need to chill the fuck out. And I want nothing to do with either the shaman and his lunatics or this Benji guy and his blood monkey fleas. Call off your horde of flying monkeys and cease your useless attack. You're losing terribly and making yourself look foolish. Admit it. Tell you what, stop this whole charade now, call off your flying monkey horde, and offer me a simple apology. Then you can go back to finding Shummer, and I will consider it all just water under the bridge and forget the whole thing." When Phish read the message, he became furious. He stormed around the campsite that he had made outside of his wooden RV. He threw his s'mores on the ground, kicked over the grill, sending 3 pounds of lovely barbecue chicken wings flying into the dirt. He then put himself to work furiously writing a response to Nomadicus. "I will not concede defeat. 'Kay? I shall fight on. 'Kay? You will get no apology from Phish, the shoopercop." Upon reading Phish's response, Nomadicus replied, "This is silly, and ye and your followers misseth brain. You shall all be banished from the kingdom until you findeth brain and Shummer. Until that time, you are no longer welcome here. Be gone, Phish McDonish." The people of the kingdom were finally fed up with the Phish McDonish clan and his ceaseless, annoying hordes of flying monkeys and pointless and unsuccessful raids on the kingdom. So the people rose up and ran the Phish McDonish clan, the silly shaman king, and Benji and the blood monkey fleas all out of the kingdom for good. It is rumored that they have reopened the pizza joint, Meteor Ping Pong, in the far, far east, and regularly get together for pizza, beer, and to sing Beelzebub minstrel songs together. Phish ended up making the QAnon shaman his senior military strategist and general, and both went on to become the best of friends and intermarried for centuries. Shummer, unfortunately, remained missing. The end.